we are as live as we want to be now.
We're as good as
button
it's
is
gonna
on. We are recording.
All right. So we are three friends, ostensibly. We're here to discuss.
Rude.
starting out with the fire. I'm kind of like gonna make it a little bit contentious.
If
That's
you
kind
haven't
of my.
watched all of Yu-Gi-Oh, are you really a friend of them?
That's true. That is a really, really good point.
We should mark our hand.
Oh my god.
We should just pull out a black Sharpie from nowhere.
So that we always know.
Yeah.
That we'll be
I
there.
have much to discuss in the friendship circle. I don't want to get too far ahead.
Yeah, the friendship circle is really key to this whole episode. So, in case you haven't guessed it by now, we are going to be discussing the first episode of the beloved children's television show, Yu-Gi-Oh!, of which I've seen every episode. August has heard of Yu-Gi-Oh! Before, and Pat...
I'm new. I'm
Yeah.
new too. I watched the first episode twice in advance of this video.
Ooh.
I think...
You're a brave man.
Did you not watch it twice?
I only watched it once.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I watched
Living on
it
the
last
edge
night.
there.
Yeah, I watched it this morning.
I felt like
Yeah,
I
For
got...
the second time.
Okay, I slept in far too late
That's fair.
to do that.
Alright, so I think with all good things we should start from the beginning. The opening theme.
I did have a first
Are you
note.
expecting us to be able to sing along?
Yeah, no, did you not get my email?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it was
be
a little weird.
unable to do
it
that.
was a weird theme song.
It was very stuttery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very stuttery.
What did you think, Pat?
I should have looked this up. I don't know if you know the answer. I guess we have our phones. I can find out. What year did this debut?
It was definitely like late 90s. I want to say like
I think it was like 96.
96 to 98
Yeah,
is
96
probably
sounds
right.
very telling
Yeah.
of where I would place a theme, an opening theme of that nature.
It's time to duel is
Yes.
iconic,
Iconic wasn't the word I was searching for.
incredible,
but,
beautiful. Really touched my heart.
It
So
was
yeah,
something.
my
It
my
was
first note in here, opening song, Fuego. So that's kind of where I'm at here. I'm glad you guys can agree with me there. So episode opens up. Everyone's in school. We don't really know what this school actually is, or if they're ever learning anything. Yuki and Joey are playing some cards and expositioning, kind of explaining the basics of Duel Monsters, the game that has sort of like a curse over this entire world where everyone's lives revolve around it, which is interesting.
It seemed quite extreme.
It's very
Yeah.
extreme. So Joey puts down a card with 800 attack points, first of all, because he's still learning the game. Then he's like, great move, right, Yug? And it's like, no. It's not a great move, because you can summon anything that you want, and, I mean, he just gets bopped immediately, which, like, from the sounds of it, that's the first move of the duel, and he just loses immediately.
So I don't know if Pat knows this, bit of an interjection, but like later on the rules of the card game change to make it harder.
So season 1's rules, not to get too far ahead of us,
Yeah.
are so bad. It
Yeah,
makes
the rules like
Again, I don't want us to get too far ahead, but I definitely noticed that
this might
as
be
it was basically
important.
there's attack points
Yep.
and defense points.
Yep.
Yeah.
They referenced defense points at 0 point in the
Yep.
entire combat. It was
You're
literally
right.
just attack points.
Yeah.
And the fact that somebody had like a triple damage magic card
Mhm.
that you just must was this man knows everything there is to know
That
about
part?
this game.
I've
That was
I'm
like
getting
my
too far ahead of
favorite.
us, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, I've got a note about that. Don't worry. We will get there.
I was like, this is not a complex.
2 moves in, Yugi's like, this guy is a master.
It's not a complex game, and yet Joey, still horrible at it. Really don't know what Yugi actually told him to, let him learn the game, but think Yugi's just kind of playing him. So they're talking, Yugi lets it slip that his grandpa owns a card shop, and a mysterious young gentleman hears about a rare card that Yugi's grandpa
This is
has.
my favorite part of the entire episode.
He doesn't hear about the card, he just says there might be a card.
Might be.
This is my favorite part of the entire episode.
He has
Rare
no
card.
proof. Yeah.
everyone decides to go to Grandpa's shop.
I'd love to interject briefly
Yes.
on why this is my favorite part of
Please
the
do.
entire show. Of the entire episode. I can't say the entire show, I've only seen the one episode.
Well, I mean, it's a club banger, so.
So, what's his name?
Kaiba.
Kaiba, thank you. My apologies.
How dare you? One more slip up like
He's
that.
sitting like
You're
off
off
to
the
the side in this class where there's no learning going on. It's just this random terrible game of cards.
Yeah, that is one in one move.
And it's my grandpa at this random little like card shop has this rare card. And he immediately goes in his head to, is this the card I've been searching for my entire life? What?
Right?
Every single time someone's like, I have a pretty rare card, you're gonna... This is the one.
everything.
And then he goes to the comic shop later, I'm not gonna get too far ahead. But they're like, why aren't you running a business somewhere? And it's like, if this guy is some businessman,
So is he?
why is he in school?
Yeah, is he like a sophomore in high school who owns a huge business?
I'm gonna be real with you. Rewatching this, I forgot he went to their school, and I don't know if it's ever addressed ever again.
I couldn't tell if he just was maybe he was snooping around, he had a lead that they were playing this game, and he was oh, if I go to the school.
I just feel like
and
there's
listen
no
in.
way that this man should assume that this briefly mentioned card is the one he's been searching for years, somehow as a sophomore in high school, years.
We also don't know how old Kaiba is.
Could be anything.
It's anime years, so Yugi looks like he's about 7. Joey's definitely in his 20s, and Kaiba could definitely be 30s.
True.
And they are all in this same class together, and nobody really kind of mentions that. I legitimately don't know if it's ever addressed ever again if Kaiba goes to their school. The school is always this weird point at the beginning of an arc where they just set up some new characters, and then they're just alright, peace, fuck this, and never go back. So Kaiba is probably in their class for this episode. I guess we'll find out.
We will find out.
There are also 2 other randos that are not Yugi and Joey. Their names are Tristan and Taya. And I made a note here. I don't know if we get their names.
I don't think we get their names
I think Taya's the girl, right?
Taya's the girl,
They say her name. I don't know if they say Tristan's name.
Okay, they exist.
Yeah, they're not introduced, but they're just Yugi's best friends.
So kind of.
We don't even
They're
know.
kind of friends,
They
but
draw a circle.
they did. Okay, Pat, you keep getting ahead of yourself.
Guilty.
So,
I'm just so excited.
next scene, they go to Yugi's grandpa's shop. He's showing them his cool cards, and he pulls out the legendary
Blue eyes.
Something eyes, white dragon.
White dragon.
Blue eyes.
Blue eyes, white dragon.
Yeah.
There we go. Pat, you should know this.
Should have watched it 3 times.
Should have watched it 3 times. Should have taken notes.
Guilty.
How dare you? The Blue Eyes White Dragon. We find out there are only 4 of these in the world, so this is a very rare card. So Kaiba's rare card sense are paying off for him.
I mean, to be fair, against my criticism, he was correct.
He was correct, so I don't really know where you have a leg to stand on.
I really don't.
You don't have a rare card sensor as far as I can tell.
I sense that there's one in this deck right here that
I hope
yet
so.
to be opened.
Dude, what if it is Blue Eyes? What if I just got really lucky at Target last night?
I don't know if
One-
it's actually rare in the real world, or if they're let's just give this to everyone, so every noob that buys a pack
Is
thinks that they've got,
ooh.
cool.
That's
Blue
not
Eyes,
how
White
the heart of the
Dragon.
cards works, Pat. You have to believe.
Now
So
it's getting ahead of themselves.
So Kaiba arrives on the scene, storms into the shop, basically demands that Yugi's grandpa hands over this card, tries to trade him all of his very rare cards in a suitcase. Can we talk about what a power move it is to carry all of your trading cards in a suitcase?
Bam.
Bam.
It appeared to be a pretty well-built suitcase with
It was
foam
sturdy,
padding. And,
It was metal.
Yeah.
yeah.
But Yugi's grandpa not into this idea because this card holds sentimental value. More so than just like, it's a rare card.
I had a problem with the line that was said shortly
Please.
after this.
Please tell me.
So, Yugi's grandpa is like, I wouldn't trade this for the world, right?
Yeah.
And then Yugi is like, you wouldn't trade it even if it was a normal card, right? But doesn't he run a game shop? Isn't the whole purpose to trade
Well, not this card, because it was...
cards?
It was sentimental value. Oh, yeah,
But if it's like a normal card,
No,
and
but-
someone gave it to him, you'd be like, I don't know.
But, like, who cares about those normal cards? Because they're just like, you just open a pack, whatever. I don't actually know how card shops work. I don't know how they get them, like, what kind of weird backroom deals they're cutting. I don't know what sort of dirty business Yugi's grandpa's into.
It seemed to me, I also found this comment to be pretty
Yeah.
noteworthy.
Yeah.
And I also felt like Yugi just seemed like extra young there. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is like some 3-year-old being like
Yugi fluctuates in age, let's say.
It does, and I wonder which one's the high school kid.
Yeah, we find out Kaiba is the #1 ranked duelist in the nation. Unspecified which nation.
Also crazy that they were just like, oh, like Kaiba's like the #1.
Yeah.
Like,
He's just hanging out in high school, just like trying to bribe people for rare cards.
You think Yugi, who was like supposedly like pretty into this game, would notice that he's like sitting a few feet to the right of him?
oh, like the #1.
Yeah, you'd think, but
Like if I'm like a basketball fan, I know who LeBron James is.
Yeah, he's just like hanging out.
he's hanging out at your high school.
Like,
He's like 3 feet taller than everyone else, and he's just chilling.
And I let out, I've got this rare basketball, the sports shop down the street.
He's like, oh my god.
Kaiba goes, "Blue Eyes White Dragon in a dump like this," which is a great line. I really just kind of wanted to
Loved it.
to make sure. So, Kaiba's rich as fuck. He calls Yugi's grandpa a senile old fool. Basically, every line that leaves Kaiba's mouth is so good.
And angry.
It's
he's a dick. He's a
He
total
is
dick.
such a dick. He's such a bastard, and I love him. Like, he's the worst. Let's see. So, he storms out because Yugi's grandpa refuses to sell him this card. So, Kaiba goes back home to his fancy business and sticks his goons on Yugi's grandpa. So they bust into the card shop at night, and this really, really upsetting looking, like, butler man. I've written down small glasses motherfucker.
The guy with the bald head.
Yeah, and his head is just, like, massive.
He was a classic 90s anime design.
Yeah, villain.
Very- Very much so. Very upsetting.
That man's existed in some series before.
Yeah.
I don't know if he ever... He
Well, not that
actually...
exact man, but...
Very similar body style,
Yeah.
body type.
In that
He's a
it's
classic.
basically amorphous. So they show up and we don't know what happens. Yugi and his friends go back to Grandpa's shop the next day to find some new awesome super rare cards, and Grandpa's missing. So they immediately get a call from Seto Kaiba, who says, "Oh, it seems your grandpa's not feeling so good."
Do you think it
Wait,
was
does he
weird?
call the game shop?
He does.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
That was a little weird.
Yeah.
A little bit.
But this is before cell phones, so if he's got this injured
True,
grandpa,
yeah.
and he's trying to get somebody to come get him, I guess that's all he's got.
Yeah.
His timing's
I thought-
impeccable.
Yeah,
It was a
they
little
walk
weird.
in, phone rings.
When they're approaching the shop, and I want to say Tristan, the one that he's playing cards
Yeah.
with the blonde
Nope.
hair.
Nope, Joey.
Joey. Sorry.
Get it right. That's 3.
Oof, I'm striking out here.
You're off the show, Pat.
Yuki is saying Grandpa, and Joey is saying Gramps. Gramps. That's like, you just calling this guy Gramps?
He's my grandpa now.
You've known him for
Yeah,
like
what if-
30 minutes.
Yeah,
What if you call it Old Man Gramps? Just like...
You can just call people
Yeah.
Gramps.
whatever you say, Gramps.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now I'm Gramps.
these characters' relationships are really not super well explained. They kind of just like exist in the same space together and are suddenly best friends.
And like family.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gramps.
Gramps.
I've met you literally once, and you refused to give me a card.
You're like my own grandfather now.
You're my grandpa now.
Gramps.
So, after receiving this threat, the gang goes to Kaiba's place of business and find Yugi's grandpa basically lying in a heap. And I just want to make a note here. Kaiba really makes a turn real quick from just rich asshole to I'm gonna kidnap your grandpa
Yeah.
and injure him via card game.
So, my question was, how did Grandpa get injured?
He played a
Like,
card
what
game.
happened?
He played a card
Very-
game.
What happened?
Very mysterious.
Yeah.
Not to spoil what happens in the card game events yet. We can dig deeper. But
Yeah.
very mysterious how he could actually receive physical injury from this.
Yeah, I've
I was
written...
wondering if Kaiba just like actually beat him up just for fun.
No.
And like,
Or like the guards or something.
yeah, just like they were just like roughed him up, and then they're like, oh.
Nope, it is strictly because of the card game. I think Kaiba says, seems the card game was a little too overstimulating for him.
He did say that.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious. God.
Strangely, we have to go to the hospital for that.
Listen, have you never... Okay, so you've never competed in Yu-Gi-Oh, so I
You never
really don't...
played Yu-Gi-Oh!
I don't know why you're trying to insinuate that you know
I'm gonna
everything.
throw out. Have you played? Is it called? Is the card game called Yu-Gi-Oh? Or
It's
Yes.
also
Duel
called
Monsters?
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yes, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! In the fiction, it's called Duel Monsters. In real life...
That's a bizarre thing I never thought about. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I might have to throw this question out there, not to sound like the acme of noob here. Is the main character's name Yugi or Yu-Gi-Oh? And Yugi is short for Yu-Gi-Oh.
It's Yugi-Moto.
Okay.
But we're gonna get there, because that is a great question
Alright,
that
cool,
will be
cool.
addressed in mere minutes.
Perfect.
Yeah, Grandpa's useless. He always is. He's the worst. And then Kaiba reveals he has Grandpa's blue eyes because they dueled for their rarest card. And then, like the baller that he is, he just tears it in half.
I wish they would have said what his rarest card was. Not that I would know.
I mean, it's probably blue eyes.
I mean, I don't know.
I
It's
know.
pretty assumptive of you.
It is very assumptive of me. It's such a power move. God, tearing up that blue eyes, like, I didn't remember that. Actually, I did. I knew he tore it up. I thought he tore it up at the game shop. What did you think did you expect that, Pat?
It took me by surprise.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it either.
No.
Yeah.
It was a shocker.
Yeah.
It's a real shocker. He just doesn't want it used against him. Very powerful, and also just, like, really...
I'm not.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
It's a weird play.
So he already has 3.
Okay.
That's
Not
a spoiler.
But like, he already
Yes.
has 3.
Spoiler alert.
Why doesn't he just put this 4th one in his deck?
Agreed.
Like, who?
I have
someone
the same
could
question.
could
Is
steal
a
another one of those
gaping
3
hole in the
cards
slot.
and use it against.
So, I'm gonna jump ahead, way ahead in the series,
Uh-oh.
because you can fuse monsters together. And at some point, spoilers guys, I'm sorry for ruining the rich lore for you, but you can fuse all 3 blue eyes into a 3-headed blue eyes white dragon.
But not a 4-headed?
No, that's against the rules, Pat, you're cheating.
It's obnoxious.
How dare you? So I guess that's why, because he already has the most...
That you can use at once?
Yeah. I don't, listen,
That's being Sebo Kaiba here.
that's what makes it a power move.
Yeah, but
Because it is completely, absolutely absurd.
Yeah, I mean, even if you only needed 3 in your hand, it'd still be nice to have 4 to increase your odds of getting 3 from the deck into your hand.
But what if you
Yeah.
lost that one and then it was used against you?
You'd still have 3.
How do you even use it?
Yeah.
We will get there, Pat. Listen, you lose cards like a motherfucker.
I mean, alright.
Like, Yugi's grandpa lost one in the first episode, but that's because Yugi's grandpa really
That's
sucks.
just-
Yeah, but
guy
I mean,
pretty
like,
much
couldn't
stole it
you
from
just,
him.
like...
He beat him in a duel fair and square.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yugi's grandpa was trying to
He
teach
really
him...
didn't want to
Couldn't
play,
he
and he
lose one
sent
of
3
those
dudes to
other
like
3?
kidnap him.
Aren't those other 3 at risk of being lost?
Yeah.
Kaiba did nothing wrong, is all I'm trying to say.
Alright.
Um,
I mean, he made Grandpa go to the hospital and cry.
Yeah.
yes.
Seems like he did something a little bit wrong.
Yugi says, I have to take him to the hospital when Kaiba's trying to goad him into a duel. Kaiba says, sounds like an excuse. And that's really, really funny as well. I gotta take my grandpa to the hospital, so you're not gonna play this card game with me? It's like, yeah, that is what I mean, actually. My grandpa is dying. So, Yugi's friends offer to take Yugi's grandpa to the hospital with them. But before they do, just so everyone knows that like their friendship is unbreakable, Taya just busts out a permanent marker and just draws a weird symbol, not explain what this symbol is.
Does she even?
I
They never
researched the
show a
symbol.
marker.
No, she totally holds up a marker.
I don't.
She
I don't know if
does.
she's
She
a marker,
does. So I didn't catch this at first. I researched the symbol.
Oh, good.
I was curious.
I'm glad we have somebody doing research on this show.
I was curious if this was like some actual symbol that they took from some kind of like, I don't know, like religious,
but yeah.
symbolism here or somewhere. Like, no, not at all. So I didn't catch this because there's a lot of angles to it. But everyone puts their hand in, and she draws a circle, 2 eyes, and a smiley. It's a smiley face.
No! Are you kidding me?
Which is absolutely hilarious. And I wasn't expecting any results when I went to research this. I was like, probably I'll just not find any results. It has its own Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
The
Wow. Like Wikipedia
Not Yu-Gi-Oh! Has its own.
like Ubipedia.
the friendship circle that they draw on their hands has its own Wikipedia page.
Taya is the GOAT, is what I'm trying to say.
Not to be confused with the page for the Friendship Circle Yu-Gi-Oh! Card, which they made after that happened. There's a card made on it, which also has
Is
its
it like a
own
smiley
Wikipedia
face?
page. Yep.
The lore runs so deep. You know, that's why we're doing this. So we can, dig deep down and discover everything that there is to know about Yu-Gi-Oh! 'Cause
That's what we're here for.
There's so much we could learn, as a people, even, from Yu-Gi-Oh!
I like to think that I went above and beyond by researching.
You really did. I'm very impressed.
Making up for the fact that I've gotten the names wrong 4 times so far.
How dare you.
That's all I've got.
So yeah, Taya draws this dumbass friendship circle, and then they rush off to Grandpa. Where did she even get the marker from? She's wearing a skirt. She doesn't have any pockets.
Did you have a little purse?
I don't think so.
I don't
I
know.
don't think Taya has a purse on her.
She might.
She might. Hidden purse. My favorite card. So they rush off to the hospital, and Yugi decides to duel Kaiba. And let's see, Kaiba's built his own weird, menacing stadium for it. Joey goes back to cheer Yugi on because, as we'll find out later in the series, cheering people on is basically the only thing that anyone besides Yugi and Joey can actually do, basically ever.
Not surprised. Not surprised at all.
Yeah, everyone else is entirely useless, including Joey in this episode. So they get ready to duel, and Yugi goes, Yu-Gi-Oh! And then turns into an older version of himself.
This game was quite the shock.
Did it? I feel like it was really well foreshadowed.
And they did make a brief mention of you've got the
He has the neck.
the Mystic Puzzle,
Yeah.
whatever it's
The
called.
Millennium
The
Puzzle.
Millennium Puzzle, after Gramps gives him his deck of cards.
Yep.
You've got his deck of cards. You're the best at this. And you've got the Millennium Puzzle.
Yes.
No clarification on what that does.
Nope.
Now,
So-
as somebody who has only seen Yu-Gi-Oh! Before this in occasional internet pictures and commercials here and there, and my initial thought when the show started was he looks smaller and younger than I remember. So I wasn't 100% surprised because I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's what he looks like on the posters and things like
And
that.
yeah.
But they don't explain how he did that at all.
No. And also,
I-
Kaiba really, at first he's like, oh. But then he's just kind of over
Yeah,
it a minute later. He's like, alright, well, you just morphed into an older version of yourself.
And his voice changes.
And his voice
his voice
changes.
gets deeper.
Yeah, he's really over it very quickly. Again, really a power move. Nothing phases Seto Kaiba.
Yeah, I would be asking some questions.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hold up.
What?
cheating bitch. What are you doing?
Furthermore, why is being a little bit older beneficial in a card game?
Because you're taller.
I watched, not the spoilers, I watched a little bit ahead of in episode 2, and they do kind of, the very, like, before the theme song, they do kind of explain what's going on with Yugi in episode 2. And it's bizarre.
It's
real weird.
It's a really strong choice to not bring up the Millennium Puzzle basically at all, and then just have him transform by shouting Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know why he shouts Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
He does that in the first season and then kind of stops doing it, but I don't know what it means.
It's a little weird. Yeah.
It's a little weird. I think they just wanted to get that name recognition in there.
Well, I mean, I go back to my name question. Perhaps Yugi is his little kid name, and Yu-Gi-Oh is his bigger.
It's not.
No.
It's not. I'm gonna stop you.
Rejected.
I'm gonna stop you right there. I don't want you to go down any false paths.
Yeah,
I don't want you to.
kibosh on that. Appreciate it.
The kibosh. Got him. Let's see. So the duel starts. God, this duel is so bad. These early duels are so bad. All of Yugi's cards are pretty much trash. It's basically just like back and forth. Like Kaiba summons the Hitatsumi Giant. Yugi summons the Winged Dragon. It just has more attack points, so it wins. Also, one thing you may have noticed, so they call out the card's moves, like Winged Dragon, Fireball Attack! Every card has like one move, basically. So...
It just seems like it's attack.
Yeah.
It's not written anywhere on the card.
No.
They seem to be making this up.
Yes.
Because it's in this sort of like virtual like hologram environment.
Yep.
And Yugi felt very comfortable saying Fireball Attack or whatever. But unless I'm mistaken, up until now, this is the first time he's ever been in a virtual environment for this, and he previously had just been playing cards where there'd be no indication of a fireball attack happening.
Yep.
It's a little bit interesting.
Yeah. You're right. You gotta get that Pokemon money somehow. And the way to do that is pretend that your thing is Pokemon.
Just make a slightly different version of Pokemon.
Even when it's super not Pokemon. So every card's attack is named, and they all have one attack.
But it's not named on the card.
No.
So how would you know to say Fireball Attack?
Because you're very good at the card game.
The heart.
It's the heart of the cards, exactly. But actually, even Kaiba knows his card's attacks.
That's true. But he's
so
been in the virtual environment a lot more. It's his.
Okay, so, a child shows up out of nowhere going, "Big bro!" What is the child's name, Pat?
I do not think that they named this child in this episode. You're trying to catch me off here.
Oh, I don't think you were paying very much attention.
What? There's no...
It's so well foreshadowed.
It's definitely a random appearance by this child.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit sort of awkward.
It's a little...
I had to rewind and watch the duel scene twice to figure out who this child was.
Yeah. There's so many things in this episode that are just introduced, like, apropos of nothing.
It's very sped up.
Yeah. And it just, like, it forces you to just be like, are you okay with this? If you're not, you will be.
Hit the ground running.
Yeah.
Really, yeah, they just kind of throw it all at you and say, we'll maybe iron out the details later. Probably not, I'm guessing.
Alright, my first one that I wrote down is just like, why is the theme song so long?
That was back in the
really
day.
went
all
on
of them are.
For a while.
It really goes. I think, so the intro introduces a lot of stuff. I mean, it shows you the characters, it shows you some of the cards, summons skulls in there, which is pretty cool. My favorite thing about the intro is that, like, it acts like Tristan and Taya are important, which is hilarious, and they kind of don't stop doing that, and they never get important enough to have their own, like, determined look in the intro.
I was expecting them to have some backstory developed.
Yeah.
Nope!
No spoilers, but...
Their backstories that they exist.
They were in this random classroom together.
Along with Kaiba, apparently.
We're all friends now.
It's such a good theme song, though. I wonder, we should time it out, how long it goes for.
I think it's at least a minute of this 20-minute show.
Shows back in that era, they had long...
They just had long
Theme
themes.
songs.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon had to do like a whole rap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pokemon's was very long.
I mean, but it's so good that like it kind of has to go on that long.
Yeah.
It's like the song really
yeah.
develops, and Yugi does the duel.
The stuttering really stood out to me.
It's very good. It is such a strong choice that they have made. God, it's such a great intro. I'm glad you like it, August, though.
Yeah, that's what I really meant is, like, I'm glad it's so long.
You think it should be longer,
Yes,
actually. That's what you were saying off
I
camera.
wish it was more like a music video, like a 4-minute music video.
Oh my god.
That
It's
was
not
just
that
like-
far off.
We should... Oh, man. There are definitely at least 10,000 Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, AMVs with Linkin Park.
I'm sad that I know what an AMV is.
I was so into AMVs when I was a teenager. They were the sickest thing. Like my Naruto playing over Numb.
I had not
Pat, do you
heard
know
that
what AMV
phrase
is?
before, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say anime music video.
It's real good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yep.
use the context here to detective this up.
Ones that I've seen recently, a very good Hollaback Girl with Naruto.
This does not sound like a good idea.
I got some videos I can show you later, Pat.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can watch some of those. Yeah, so explain to me, gentlemen, the rules of Duel Monsters.
Like there's like a quiz.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I kind of know because I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I want Pat to go first.
You used to play the game.
Yeah, I used to play the card game. I didn't watch the show.
Oh, okay.
I did play the card
so you have some knowledge. I
Yeah.
don't.
He has
So-
some insider knowledge.
Yeah.
Well, I have one episode of knowledge.
So you're all set, and like they were very thorough with the rules. Like
They really laid them
really
out.
kind of went over everything.
Yeah.
Plus, I got to ask some questions during the recap.
That's true.
Okay. So you have a deck of 100-ish, maybe to 200-ish cards.
Probably not.
It's kind of what I was thinking. Maybe less. I have no idea. It looks like about that thick when Grandpa holds in the deck.
Yeah.
I don't know who gets to go first. Whoever's probably the challenger probably goes second.
I actually don't know. They might just like flip a coin or something.
Yeah,
that's a good question.
It's really not addressed.
Yeah.
Unsurprisingly.
Yeah, I think Seto was just like, I'm going first.
Okay, well.
But like going first is such a disadvantage. But continue, Pat.
That's true. It would seem like a disadvantage, and you know what you can play next. So
Yeah.
I guess if you go first, you can't do anything
Pretty
because
much
you
no.
just throw a card out.
Yep.
But you can't actually like take a turn. Like you can't do an action.
Nope.
The next person throws out a card. There are two numbers on the card:
Mhm.
attack power and defense.
Yep.
Defense is not a relevant number. Only attack power. Every card that I've seen so far, the attack power and the defense sort of go hand in hand anyway.
Mhm.
I would wager in like the real cards that there's like some rock monster with heavy defense and a lower attack or something, and that will come up later.
Maybe. Who can
Potentially.
say?
You can throw down anywhere from 1 to as many as you want cards, depending on whether or not you have 5 sets that are pieces of a puzzle, much like the Millennium Puzzle.
Puzzle?
Puzzle.
Pieces?
So like in that case, you could throw them all at once. But normally you can only play 1, or potentially 1 and a little modifier magic card, which will do things like boost the attack, or probably defense, or put people in sword prisons.
Sword prisons are the best prisons.
Yeah, for a few turns, that kind of stuff. If you kill a monster
Yes.
by having a higher attack power than their defense,
Mm-hmm.
the difference between those two numbers goes away from the player's total health pool, which starts at 2,000?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good.
Good job, Pat.
If you're at 0, you're dead. End of game.
Or if they just summon Exodia, you
Which
just
puts you to 0.
you just lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they didn't really address, like... Well, he probably didn't have enough.
Yeah. It's such a dumb card. Nothing more to say on that.
Well,
it's a bad card.
I mean, in this example, he was able to will the fifth piece of the puzzle to be the card. He's probably got like 100 cards to sift through, because this game didn't go on for very long.
No.
So
It's
you
like
get a
4
1
turns.
in like 100 chance, depending on how many cards are in these decks, of drawing the card he needs. And he goes to reach for it, and the cards literally
Yeah. This card is so great.
withdraw from his hand, like in fear.
The card sense my doubt.
And I don't understand exactly what's going on with the Yugi, with the Millennium Puzzle, because it's 2 Yugis.
Yep, and they do talk to
And
each
they
other.
talk to each other.
That part was a little weird.
And there's young Yugi and old Yugi saying, like, giving him advice, basically, of like,
Yeah.
you're not believing enough, you gotta believe, the heart of the cards, they can sense it. You're right, my friends are here, blah, blah, blah.
Friend.
If
But he sees the friendship
the friendship circle, they all care, it's a smiley face.
God damn it. Ruined me.
Grandpa's talking to me with his Jedi powers, I believe, and through the power of that heart, he can pick whatever card he wants.
Yeah.
I want whatever foot or whatever is left over
It's
on
the head.
on this puzzle. The head.
Wait, piece?
Yeah, piece. Millennium Puzzle?
Puzzle? Like my puzzle?
Yes. So, I believe in the show that if you play the game with enough belief, that in theory, you could overcome somebody with better cards than you.
A bold prediction. We'll see how it pans out.
And there's definitely some kind of like, there's more to this than just playing cards. Something's going on with this little puzzle thing, and his ability to will a card to the top of the deck, and that the cards are moving back and forth. You know, there's 2 Yugis, an old and a young, neither of which seem an appropriate age to match with their friends.
No. Like, old Yugi's at least like 30 or 40. Young Yugi,
It's like 6.
6.
Yeah. So I feel like, am I missing any pieces?
You are, because they didn't even bring up that trap cards exist.
Well, yeah, but I mean so far.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so defense mode, basically, when that monster gets destroyed, it doesn't take away your life points. That's basically it. But no, like, you actually hit pretty much
I'm
everything.
surprised you got that.
He's so good at the game, he understands every
That-
aspect of
natural.
it.
I watched it twice.
So you're about on par with
It's
Seto
not a
Kaiba.
super complicated game, other than like the weird like mystic side of it.
Yeah, like if we think about it, Yugi really kind of like cheats a lot already. He's taking outside help from his grandpa, who's not dead, but is talking to his ghost. He switches bodies with an older version of himself. He's got the friendship circle. He mystic top decks. Really, I think Kaiba's kind of the underdog in this fight. Yugi's got a lot of advantages here. 3
Blue Eyes White Dragons is the underdog?
See, he should have had 4.
He should have.
If he had 4.
Fool.
Look, if we think about this duel logically, he could have summoned the Blue Eyes White Dragon, applied the 3 times multiplier, and just won.
Game over.
Yeah.
Yes. I was wondering why he didn't do that. Big plot hole.
He
Plot
was,
convenience.
I think.
he was too cocky.
We could literally call this show Plot Convenience.
Plot Convenience.
That could be the name of this show. It's Plot Convenience.
That should be the name of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Getting back to that Blue Eyes White Dragon, I think that's the biggest plot hole in the whole show. So you think about it, Grandpa has this 4th card, right?
Mhm.
He keeps it in a locked box.
Yep.
Like, he's not using it.
Yep.
It never leaves him.
Mhm.
Kaiba could have just not gotten the card, and no one would have ever played it against him because it's in this locked box. Like, he could have done
I
nothing.
will never give this card up no matter what. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, fine.
Well, yeah,
episode over.
Literally no one is going to use it,
Oh, so I need to steal it and destroy
and then
it.
rip it up. He could have just left it in the locked box.
Be fine.
Yeah.
No, but, like, okay.
Oh, cool. I don't have to trade you all these other cards.
Yeah, like, I'm going to
That's
keep all
nice.
my 6
That's
cards.
convenient.
Yeah. Like...
When the opportunity to kidnap somebody's grandpa presents itself, you don't just not take it. Like, what are you doing?
I feel like this isn't the first time he's kidnapped a grandpa.
No,
No.
he is. He's very well versed in the art of
He's
kidnapping.
like- it was like-
kidnapper.
Alright, goons. Standard procedure. Standard grandpa.
got another
Grandpa.
grandpa. Yeah, he actually just goes to random high schools in the area and listens for rare card. And then just kidnaps that person's grandpa and...
I wonder how many times he's confidently gone in.
Right?
Could it be? The one I've been
And he
searching for
brought
for
the
years?
suitcase. Like he was ready.
Yeah, that's season -1.
It was only because he was so confident and like, this is gonna be it. And then when he actually saw the card, what? Could
Yeah.
it be? And he just like completely flip-flopped.
In a dump like this.
Yeah.
Also,
I'm Batman.
the game shop is huge, and it's called Game. It just says
Yeah.
Game on it.
Yeah, it does. It
It's
does.
not like Grandpa's Game Shop. It's just like Game.
A dump like this. This is
Yeah.
a nice game show.
It was huge.
They're
it was
also-
like 7 stories tall.
There's never anyone in this game shop. Like, it's nice. I don't know how Grandpa stays in business because he's not selling his rarest card. There are no customers aside from his grandson and his friends. So, I don't know, again, kind of goes back to Grandpa's shady dealings. I don't know what...
Where does he get the cards
I
from?
think it's a front,
Because
honestly.
they say that they go back and they visit him at night.
Yeah.
And the next morning, they're like, we're going to go back the next morning. And they're
Yes.
like, I wonder what kind of new cards Grandpa has.
Yeah.
Like, has he acquired a bunch of new cards, like, overnight? Like,
Probably.
is he just getting
A
fresh
dark
stock?
alleyway?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
every day.
Yes. That's what it sounds like.
The only thing I want to add to Pat's duel...
Might how to play the game.
Yes. So you don't know this. This, when I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Was like the mid-2000s, and they added a rule, because like, you'll notice they just kind of like he just pulls out the most powerful card, just drops it down like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Later on, you have to sacrifice cards that you're already playing to like summon new cards.
And, like, depending on the strength of the card, you have to sacrifice
Like more.
multiple
Yeah.
monsters. So, like, later on, when... Well, if Kaiba were to try and summon his Blue Eyes White Dragon, he would need to sacrifice 2 cards. So that means you have to have 2 cards on the field, sacrifice them, so that you can then summon. In Season 1, they just do whatever the fuck
Yeah, they're just
they
like, pull out
want.
alpha
That is
card,
interesting.
slap it down.
I don't want
Alright, I
to
talked-
get too far into the spoilers, but that is interesting.
Yeah.
I top deck this card, and now I'm playing it immediately, and you lose because you just don't have any other cards that can
Yeah,
compete
like-
with this.
Well, it's like in the very opening scene where he throws. I don't remember what the card was, but it had like a 2200 attack, and it was just, well, you've wiped me out, game over.
Yeah.
One play. It's like, this game looks horrible.
It's really
It's
bad.
not- there's no challenge to it.
No.
Whoever just has the best cards and randomly pulls them out wins.
Yeah.
There's no like strategy.
Well, you
Yeah.
gotta use your heart to get the right cards.
That's true. You have to.
Well, you have
believe-
to use the ancient Millennium Puzzle that you have. That you just
That
shows
you
up.
I
have.
just got this puzzle. I thought it would give me like a fun Flavor Flav aesthetic, which I think really matches my 7-year-old body type.
See, that's another thing.
I like that his friends know about it too.
Yeah.
You've got Grandpa's deck, and you're the best I know, and you've got the Millennium Puzzle.
What?
You know, wait, rewind it. What was that last part again?
I also wondered. I was like, is this the first episode? Because like the Millennium Puzzle seems like a pretty big plot point.
Yeah, Joey
Seems
also
like the thing that the whole show hinges around almost.
Joey super
But it's
no
not.
sells this as well.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh, good job, Yug. Big Yug now. Yeah, no one really reacts appropriately and be like, okay, we need to stop this. What are you
What's
what are you
going
do?
on?
Why are you big? But why are you big?
There should be a real conversation.
There really does need to, like, listen, I kidnapped your grandpa and all, but what are you doing?
I predict that they will go into that to some degree in episode 3.
With the Millennium Puzzle?
That we won't get much next episode, but
We
episode
actually-
3. Don't tell me, no
No
spoilers.
spoilers,
That's my
alright.
prediction.
No spoilers.
That's my prediction.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the thing that the entire plot hinges around.
I would imagine.
So, but he just has it. And they don't at all address it.
I bet Grandpa gave it to him.
That's what I'm.
He's got all
Yeah.
sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Dex
Grandpa's into
cards,
some real weird shit.
Dragon cards. weird game shop.
If I said ancient Egypt, what would you think, Pat?
I just immediately go to the Millennium Puzzle.
Weird.
As you should.
That's like synonymous.
Ancient Egypt,
God.
puzzle.
This pot really goes some places. Oh my god.
On the subject of Yugi being so small,
Yeah.
I felt like there was a few shots where like Yugi was supposed to be in the shot, but he was so short that it was like you saw his friends, and I was assuming he was just like.
I like your
Like
your
below.
note is literally just, why is Yugi so small?
But like no, there was like shots where like he's like crouching down or something, and like you can't like he's supposed to be in the shot, but he's not there.
I feel like
'Cause
the
he's so
only
short.
reason he's that size is to emphasize that he can be bigger when he uses
When he
that
grows.
puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's really awkward. And it's like, he feels like a 6-year-old.
Hey, Gramps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas, like,
You'd be feeling the same way even if it was a normal card, huh, Grandpa? Like, he's...
Yeah.
meanwhile, like, Joey's like about to throw hands with Kaiba.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Joey is squaring up against Kaiba.
Yugi unconcerned about that.
No.
Not interested.
He just wants to play his card game with his
he's
older
a 6-year-old
friends.
that's here to play cards.
And sometimes he's 30 years old. So, Yugi's hair is dumb.
Yeah. Yugi's hair.
Just completely absurd. Let's see. So, I think we got a little interrupted before. Where is this show going?
I think that's a wonderful question.
I was kind of feeling like maybe like we would get more into like Yugi's friendship, and like he and his friends would go on like adventures, and like they would all like find like other kids to play cards against.
Mm-hmm.
But from what you told me, that's not true at all. So I have no clue.
No, it's
where
not
it's
true.
going.
What do you think's gonna happen in the next episode? Just like short term.
See, I don't know, because it feels like they already defeated Seto Kaiba. Like I feel like maybe they should have lost to Kaiba, and then they're like, oh, like it's time for round 2. We've like trained up.
Yeah.
But like they already defeated Kaiba. There is that mysterious man
Yes.
that showed up. So I'm assuming he's gonna come into play.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna hear about
As quickly
Yugi's-
as episode 2.
Yeah, he's gonna hear.
Okay.
Excuse me, about Yugi's Exodia card,
I disagree.
and like maybe he's gonna like want the Exodia.
I don't think Exodia was sounded like that rare of a thing to get card wise.
I don't know.
They're pretty
Like,
vague on this.
it would have to be because no one's ever summoned
No
him
one's
before.
ever played it before.
I
It
think
seemed
people
like
just
it was
getting these
rare.
200 power feet in their decks and are just like trash.
Wait, piece?
Throw it out.
Like a puzzle.
So like no one knows to play Exodia together. That's maybe
Or
what you're
they're,
saying.
yeah. Like,
Well, because Yugi didn't know until he talked to Ghost Grandpa.
Yeah.
He was not dead.
Yeah.
He's still alive.
he's just in the hospital communicating with his Jedi powers.
His ailment is very mysterious.
They're very mysterious.
Yeah, he seems weakened, and then they're like, he's like on oxygen, and they're like rushing him into like the ICU. But then he's like fine.
I mean,
He's
August,
not
Yugi,
fine.
like-
He's still in the hospital.
August, you
I
used to
guess
play
so.
Yu-Gi-Oh! You should know the risks that
How
you take.
intense.
Yeah.
My mom would drive me to the hospital every time we would lose a game. I would go to a friend's house and he's like call her and I'd be like, Mom.
You think the major cost of like getting into a card game is like actually buying the cards, but it's actually the hospital
It's
bills.
the hospital bills.
That's what really gets you.
That sounds normal.
Spoiler alert: this is not the only time somebody goes to hospital after a card game.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's listen, it's intense.
No spoilers though. No spoilers.
It's
but that's
intense.
not too bad of a spoiler. I'm sure it's gonna happen. I think episode 2 is gonna be very boring. I think it's gonna be Kaiba has had his mind broken.
Mind crushed.
Mind crushed. And so while preparing for this, so that you guys would know where to come, I tried to print out a picture of Yu-Gi-Oh! To put on the tree outside so you know where to turn in. My printer wasn't working. But one of the one I was going to print out that I found had a picture of him in it with the group.
Kaiba?
Kaiba.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
And so I was like, I bet he becomes one of their friends, but is still sort of like the dick. So he's
Yeah.
like the dick friend that's still...
Yeah.
Still there.
It's like the loose cannon.
So I
Yeah.
feel like
He's the wild card.
yeah.
I feel like episode 2 will be largely... will revolve largely around that.
Mm-hmm.
probably the recovery of Gramps.
Yeah.
And
So that's a bold prediction.
Yes.
You think him going to the hospital is going to be addressed?
True. Good point. They may not address that at all. But I just feel like it's going to be sort of a fluffy, kind of boring episode. And then, at the end of the episode, we get another glimpse of the strange man. Who's maybe, like, I don't know, tracking Yugi down or something like that. But that nothing really will happen until episode 3.
Now here's a question. What do you think this enigmatic man is going to do?
I think he's going to kidnap Grandpa and force him to... No, I don't know. I would imagine that it will be not all that different. He's going to kidnap Yugi and force him to basically be his, like... Sort of like if this guy's, like, the coach of the team, he's going to force him to be his star player. Like, alright, Yugi, you have to be on my team now, or we're going to go beat these other team of, like, reasonable human beings.
Truly the most evil people in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Universe.
None of them have golden eyes, or, like...
Or just, like, literal children trying to have fun with this card game.
Right, yeah. Like, we're just gonna demolish them. That's our plan. I need you to be a part of that. And if you don't, then I'm gonna shut down Grandpa's game shop.
Which no one is ever in. No one is in.
But is important to him.
It is important. These are some fun theories. I'm looking forward to seeing how accurate they are.
I'm looking forward as well. I mean, maybe looking forward's the wrong word, but I'm curious to see.
August, do you have any other questions?
I mean, I have more things written down.
What is that?
I have a lot of things. A lot we've already addressed, though. I'm trying to find these things we haven't.
One thing I'm noticing on your notes, whose sister is this? Mokuba is definitely a boy.
No.
You're just gonna have to take my word on that one?
They say sister, though.
They don't.
I'm so sure they say
They
sister.
don't even acknowledge Mokuba, so how would they say...
It's so weird. There's just like a cutaway of this random kid
Mokuba
watching
also...
from somewhere?
You would think that, okay, you're setting up Mokuba to be there, and Kaiba gets mind crushed, you'd think you would have a reaction of, like, Mokuba, like,
well,
big bro!
Yeah, Mokuba is definitely going to be a big part of the future. Avenge the brother, probably has some kind... Very short. Probably get some kind of Millennium Puzzle-esque item to become 30 years old. And I foresee that being a big part of the show.
Okay.
Temporarily. And then they'll, like, just... Like that'll be a big part of it. We'll win. And then they'll just brush it away like it never happened before.
Go back to your whole Mokuba.
Pretty much. That's what I'm envisioning.
But Mokuba is Kaiba's brother.
Okay. Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Wow, I even watched it. I rewound and watched it again, as I said.
It's
not...
It's
at first I thought it was
inclusive.
Yuki's sister. Because when he's first introduced, she doesn't say... Or he doesn't say... It's just like, that's my brother. And points...
In
like
big bro.
Stadium. Yeah, at the stadium. And you're like, alright, well, who?
Yeah, that's a really good point. Absolutely horrible introduction to this really bad character.
I feel confident that this character will get swept under the rug later on. Like, in a hilarious fashion. Like one episode, this is the pinnacle of the story. Next episode, it's never happened.
Never mentioned.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm feeling pretty confident with that prediction.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you boys think about digging into these cards?
Let's do it.
Yeah, I want to dig into these cards.
Get in there.
Yeah, August has brought a fresh pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Still sealed.
Gonna open these up and...
What's the, like, sub-name to Yu-Gi-Oh?
This is Cybernetic Horizon.
Oh, cool.
So...
It sounds...
Yeah.
So, let's open these bad boys up.
It does say past and present collide.
Wow.
So I guess it's not futuristic.
Well, but it's the horizon.
Yeah, it's the horizon.
So it's the beginning of our dark cybernetic future. And I was thinking of playing a fun game. I need to take a look at these cards first. I'm gonna cover the
I'm
name.
gonna examine these cards if you
Are
don't
you gonna
mind.
have us predict what the names are? Ooh, this is gonna be interesting.
So
How many cards are in here?
$3.99 at Target. I believe there's 9 cards in there.
Okay, so it's
9
probably
cards
pretty
per
good.
pack.
It's not.
Ooh, it's a
doesn't
little
seem
QR
super
code.
cost-effective.
Yeah. Please complete this
9
short
cards.
survey. Could not be better serve you.
Who
What?
We're
who
doing
is
that.
still buying these
What
cards?
kid is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go fill out this survey.
We're doing that.
I'm gonna fill out the survey about this sick Blue Eyes White
Yeah,
Dragon.
let's go. I want it to be all. I want it to be one Blue Eyes. No, wait. Yeah, I want it to be all of Exodia and then the 4 Blue Eyes White Dragon. That's what I want it to be.
That would be a heck of a deck.
That would be.
It honestly wouldn't be. Like, I mean, I guess, yeah, if you just had a deck of 9 cards and 5 of them were Exodia, like, that would be a pretty sick deck.
Because the other 4 you wouldn't be able to play.
Wow, it has been a while since I've seen
Oh man,
the
look
back
at
of these cards.
Look at these cards.
Look how fresh they are.
Look at how fresh they are.
Yeah.
Alright, so some of these are Magic cards. I'm not gonna do those because those are boring. Oh, the text on these is real small. Okay, so we got...
Use your eyes, Peter.
This is actually going to be really bad for the camera, so I'm just going to visually describe
You can
this
walk
one.
up there and show it.
I don't know if it's
You
going to be
want it.
focused.
It will not.
Okay,
It's manually
never
focused
mind.
on us.
So we got a 2-star card here. It's got a sword for a head. It looks to be like a dragon friend.
Can we see the... Okay.
Yes. What is this card?
Sword? Dragon?
Okay, a really interesting name. Really creative there. Remember, this is our cybernetic future. This is what it's going to be. We're all going to be dragons with sword heads.
Dragon Slayer.
No. It's something stupider than that. Blade Dome.
Ooh, Blade Dome is strong. It's Dragoonity Koos. I don't know.
Dragoonity Koos?
Dragoonity Koos.
That's what it's
How do you
called.
spell Coos?
Couse.
Love it. Alright.
Ooh,
We're not gonna guess these.
this is my favorite meme. So this one actually, 1,500 attack points and 2,450 defense points. So a good kind of good thing to throw down face down in defense mode. Looks like some kind of
Face down.
dumb magician thing. There are definitely some planets. Got a fun staff. It's also my favorite meme. What is this card?
This is your favorite meme?
Yeah.
So, my understanding is they like to use the word magician in the names of things. So I'm
Mhm.
gonna say robed magician.
Okay. Okay, August.
That's good. I'm gonna say Rogue Magician.
Ooh.
Rogue magician?
Yeah.
I like
kind of a
Rogue
twist
Magician. Both of you
on
are very
concept.
wrong. It's Cosmo Brain.
Cosmo Brain didn't have the word magician in it.
No, it's got a planet though.
I feel like that's partially because this is so new a deck of cards that like if that same character existed in like
Yeah.
the OG, that's robed magician.
Yeah.
Here's
Okay.
a question. Do you think they just like have like a list of names and then they make cards and they're just like match? They just like match the names to the cards? Or do they make a card and then like think of a name for it?
Like we want this card to be able to do this, and now let's put a character to it, or do we
Yeah.
have a character and let's make it a card to it.
Yeah.
I think it's a character first.
It's got to be a character first, because, you know, you get that dumb Blade Dragon thing first, and then you come up with the name Dragoonity Koos afterwards.
And then you find out what it can do. Like, that's the last. Its stats, who cares?
Ooh, we got
Stats?
we got a fancy boy here. 1,900 attack points, 500 defense points.
It's not a lot of defense points.
Not a lot of defense points, but a lot of attack points. Riding a fun horse. Got beautiful, luscious hair. Can't tell what they are. What is this fun knight friend?
So now I'm going away from my original thoughts of them being really simple names.
Thunder Knights.
Love that show.
Equitronius Max.
Oh my god, that's so good. It's so wrong. Noble Knight Pellinor.
Ah! Noble Knight. It's back to the normal stuff.
Oh, hell yes. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, this is so rad. Holy shit. It's a fiend. 3,000 attack, 3,000 defense points.
Oh,
wow, you scored a good one, man.
Yeah.
Damn, target.
That's solid.
God
Target. Throwing him down.
It's another Nightman. Lots of armor. too many horns. Really, just an obscene amount of horns. Anywhere you touch this big boy, you're gonna get stabbed by something. Looks like he's got an axe or a hammer, but it is out of the scene, so you can't really see what it actually is.
Ooh.
Who's this handsome boy? What is his name?
Ooh. Think of like Eclipse for some reason. Like Sword Eclipse.
Dark Knight Arctorius.
You're not that far off. This name is so good. Demise, Supreme King of Armageddon.
I was pretty far off.
Oh wow.
That's great.
This bad boy is real cool.
Can I see this
Yeah,
guy?
you take a look
Yeah,
at that
I
boy.
keep that
this
one.
is the fancy. Look at the.
It's got like
that's
little shininess
Yeah, the
on it.
lettering.
Wow, its
That's-
name is all shiny.
Alright.
Demise, Supreme King of Armageddon.
Man, that one should have been last. I should have saved the showstopper because I just have this dumb anime lady who's got a staff and she's like kind of doing the Carly Rae Jepsen squat a little bit.
I don't know what that means, but
Um,
be happy about that.
She's popping a squat for sure. But also, hold up. August, you're gonna have to like put these cards like to the side or
Put
something,
them to the side.
like so people can see them. I'm not sure what her body's doing because it's
Oh,
It's a
like-
screenshot.
it's
Oh,
like
I can do
it's
that, yeah.
she's squatting. Her legs are going this way, but her entire body is twisted over this way, which seems very deeply uncomfortable. But she's into it. Who's this dumb anime lady?
This dumb anime lady.
Which of the knights?
Okay. Pat? You're 0 for 4 right now. Probably.
Ruby Assassin Nitra.
Ruin? So you got 2 letters right. I'll give you
was
that
close.
one.
Yeah.
Ruin, Angel of Oblivion. She also has a fun hat.
Angel of Oblivion. I
Yes.
didn't get Angel from that picture.
I did not either, especially because she's got like a shadow in the background. Oh, I didn't even notice that. There's so much to learn from these cards. But no, her body position is very uncomfortable. Like, look at it. Look at the way that her legs and torso are
Yeah.
going.
Why is she bended like that?
That's normal. That's normal for...
That's a normal pose.
She is an Angel of Oblivion, so I guess that's probably her superpower. Is she's stretchy. She has a stretchy torso.
That's good power.
That's a good power. She is a fairy with. I'm not reading all of this. It's
Yeah,
too
yeah.
small and dumb. And that's it. The rest are just trap cards, which they have some fun pictures on them. But I just want to see these big boys. Like my boy. What was his name?
Demise, Supreme King of Armageddon.
That was the big one.
Yeah. That guy's wild.
I'll trade you anything for that card. Name your price.
25 cents.
All right. This card will never be used against me.
Finally.
All right. So I think with that, that ends our first episode.
Sorry.
I
Deep
think
dive.
that the first one's probably going to be a little bit longer than average.
Well-
Since there was so much just overall
Yeah.
I mean,
state of the show.
we went under 3 hours, which
It's disappointing.
disappointing. I really thought we
Shoot
could
for that
get there.
3-hour mark.
Yeah. The more ads.
I mean, we got it connected to like Marxist philosophy, like we were talking about.
That's true. That's the next
what
episode.
kind of government rules the Yu-Gi-Oh world?
I mean,
Well, it's definitely... They're all just puppets behind the scenes of
Mhm.
that guy.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
what was his name, Pat?
Pegasus?
Look at you. Look at you go.
What do they call him? Like Brass Eye or something?
Why do they call
I
him
don't know.
Pegasus?
Yeah.
Because he's got that luscious hair, like the mane of a horse, like a flying horse, like a
He doesn't have a
Pegasus.
horn.
Oh, Pegasus doesn't have a horn, Pat.
Shit.
Oh my god. I'm rethinking everything right now. I can't believe
Alright.
you're so difficult to work with. So that'll do it for this first episode of this thing that we're doing.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.
Sweet.